Recognizing your unique value is one of the most foundational steps toward building confidence. It's about understanding and appreciating the qualities, talents, and experiences that make you who you are. This journey of self-recognition is essential because it establishes a deep, internal sense of worth that isn't easily shaken by the opinions or judgments of others. In a world that often encourages comparison and competition, learning to recognize your own value can help you stand firmly and confidently in who you are. At its core, recognizing your unique value involves shifting focus from external validation to internal appreciation. Many people tend to measure their worth through the lens of others' expectations or achievements. Social media, for example, can amplify feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt by presenting an endless stream of curated, idealized versions of other people's lives. But confidence isn't about conforming to someone else's standards, it's about understanding your individual path. Recognizing your unique value means acknowledging that your journey, however different, has its own significance and that you bring something valuable to the world simply by being yourself. This is often easier said than done, especially when we've been conditioned to measure success or value by external markers like job titles, social status, or appearance. However, by committing to understanding your inner qualities, strengths, and experiences, you can begin to redefine success on your own terms. One way to start this process is through self-reflection. Taking the time to identify your strengths, talents, and achievements is a powerful exercise in recognizing your unique value. You might find it helpful to keep a journal where you can list past accomplishments, skills you've developed, and challenges you've overcome. For example, perhaps you excel at connecting with others, or you have a knack for creativity, problem-solving, or resilience in tough situations. These qualities, though they may seem ordinary or unremarkable to you, are likely areas where you bring unique strengths that others admire. By actively acknowledging and appreciating these attributes, you create a mindset that is rooted in self-worth and self-acceptance. This reflection process also includes recognizing and accepting your imperfections. Every individual has strengths in areas where they struggle. These qualities together make up who you are. Acknowledging this reality rather than striving to be perfect allows you to cultivate self-compassion and reduce negative self-talk. When you accept yourself, flaws and all, you set a foundation for confidence that isn't dependent on external approval or unrealistic ideals. Think of it like building a house. If the foundation is solid, you can weather any storm. Similarly, when you understand and accept both your strengths and weaknesses, you create a sense of inner stability that no setback or criticism can dismantle. Moreover, recognizing your unique value also requires reframing failure and mistakes. Often people struggle with confidence because they equate their worth with their successes and failures. However, failure is not an indication of one's worth, it's merely a part of growth and learning. By viewing mistakes as lessons rather than personal shortcomings, you allow yourself to grow without the fear of being less than. Instead of fixating on what went wrong, you can start focusing on what you learned and how you improved because of it. This growth-oriented mindset builds resilience, as it enables you to move forward with confidence, knowing that your worth is not diminished by setbacks. Another crucial part of recognizing your unique value involves becoming aware of the impact you have on others. Often we underestimate how our words, actions, and presence influence the people around us. Think of the times when you've offered a kind word, shared a laugh, or supported a friend in need. These moments, though they may seem small, can have a lasting impact on others' lives. Realizing that you contribute positively to the lives of those around you can boost your self-worth and remind you that your presence matters. One powerful exercise to help recognize your impact is to ask trusted friends or family members what they appreciate most about you. Hearing their responses can give you a new perspective on your value, helping you see yourself through the eyes of those who care about you. These affirmations can be incredibly meaningful, as they serve as reminders of the qualities others cherish in you, qualities that you might overlook or take for granted. Additionally, recognizing your unique value means appreciating the experiences that have shaped you. Each of us has faced challenges and overcome obstacles, and these experiences build resilience, empathy, and wisdom. Take time to reflect on how your past experiences have made you who you are today. For instance, perhaps a difficult experience taught you to be patient, or maybe a failure taught you the importance of perseverance. These life lessons add layers of depth to your character, contributing to your unique perspective and capabilities. Embracing your life's journey, both the good and the difficult parts, allows you to find strength in your story rather than seeing it as something to hide or diminish. Finally, recognizing your unique value is a lifelong journey, not a one-time event. It requires consistent self-reflection, acceptance, and the willingness to see beyond superficial judgments. Practicing gratitude for who you are and what you bring to the table is essential in this process. Each day, make it a habit to appreciate at least one thing about yourself, whether it's a quality you admire, an achievement you're proud of, or a goal you're working toward. This small act of self-appreciation builds a habit of valuing yourself from within, reinforcing your confidence over time. In the end, recognizing your unique value is not about becoming someone extraordinary in the eyes of the world. It's about understanding that you already are valuable as you are. By cultivating a sense of self-worth based on your strengths, imperfections, experiences, and impact, you create a foundation of confidence that is rooted in authenticity. This self-recognition empowers you to step into the world confidently, knowing that your presence alone is enough, and that you bring something irreplaceable to the world simply by being you. Embracing progress over perfection is a transformative mindset that helps build lasting confidence and resilience. In our society, many people are raised with the idea that perfection is the ultimate goal. From a young age, we often face pressure to achieve perfect grades, perform flawlessly in sports, and generally meet high expectations. Over time, this pursuit of perfection can become a burden, leading to self-doubt, burnout, and frustration when we inevitably fall short. Choosing instead to value progress over perfection changes the way we view our achievements, our mistakes, and ultimately ourselves. Progress focuses on the journey rather than an idealized endpoint. When we shift our perspective to acknowledge improvement instead of fixating on flawlessness, we open ourselves up to growth. This change in focus encourages us to take risks, experiment, and learn along the way, all without the fear of failing to meet impossible standards. In truth, perfection is an illusion, something few, if any, people ever truly attain, and the pursuit of it often leads to self-criticism, procrastination, or even avoidance of tasks altogether. Progress, however, is tangible and achievable. It means taking one step forward each day, understanding that each effort, regardless of the outcome, contributes to a broader journey of growth and self-discovery. Adopting a progress-oriented mindset requires us to reframe how we view our mistakes. Many people associate errors with failure, seeing them as signs of inadequacy. But mistakes are a natural part of growth. They're often our most powerful teachers. When we make a mistake, it gives us a chance to evaluate what went wrong, learn from the experience, and adapt for the future. By seeing mistakes as learning opportunities rather than as personal failures, we reduce the fear of trying something new. Instead of holding ourselves back, we gain the courage to step out of our comfort zones, knowing that mistakes are simply markers on the road to improvement. This shift in perspective fosters resilience and perseverance, as each misstep becomes a building block rather than an obstacle. Perfectionism can be paralyzing. When we feel we need to get everything exactly right, we often hesitate to start at all. This is where progress-based thinking becomes essential. By focusing on just starting and making incremental improvements, we let go of the pressure to have all the answers or skills right away. For instance, someone who wants to become a writer may fear their work isn't good enough, which can lead them to avoid writing altogether. But if they instead commit to writing a little each day and focusing on improving over time, they're likely to see real development in their skills. By releasing the expectation of perfection, we create a sense of momentum and possibility. Each small step forward becomes an achievement in itself, and over time, these small steps add up to significant progress. One key to embracing progress is setting realistic, achievable goals. When we set overly ambitious goals, we're more likely to feel discouraged or overwhelmed. Progress-based goals, however, are manageable and allow us to celebrate small wins along the way. For example, if someone's goal is to learn a new language, they could break it down into smaller, realistic steps like learning 5 new words each day or practicing for 10 minutes each morning. As they achieve these smaller milestones, they build confidence and motivation to keep going. These small accomplishments provide a steady sense of satisfaction, reinforcing the idea that they're moving forward and growing regardless of how far they are from perfect fluency. Celebrating these incremental achievements helps to build a positive cycle of confidence, motivation, and further effort. Another important element in valuing progress over perfection is learning to enjoy the process itself. Often, people become so focused on reaching an end goal that they overlook the experiences, skills, and connections they gain along the way. For example, an artist striving to create a masterpiece might become frustrated if they feel their work isn't measuring up to their vision. But if they choose instead to focus on enjoying the act of creation, experimenting with techniques, and exploring new ideas, they're likely to develop a richer relationship with their craft. By enjoying the process, they create work that is authentically theirs rather than trying to force it to match an ideal. This approach not only leads to a more fulfilling experience but also often results in work that is more original and expressive. Progress-based thinking is also about self-compassion. Perfectionism often goes hand in hand with harsh self-criticism, where anything short of perfection is viewed as failure. This inner critic can be incredibly demotivating and discouraging. Embracing progress means allowing ourselves to be imperfect and to view each attempt as worthwhile, regardless of the outcome. Self-compassion involves recognizing that everyone has flaws, that no one achieves mastery overnight, and that it's okay to be a work in progress. When we practice self-compassion, we foster a healthier, more balanced perspective that helps us stay motivated even when we encounter setbacks. It's a reminder that growth is a journey with ups and downs and that our worth isn't determined by any single performance. Embracing progress also helps in building resilience. When we focus on improvement rather than perfection, we're more likely to persevere through challenges. Each small success, each step forward, builds a track record of accomplishment that reinforces our belief in our own abilities. This resilience is particularly valuable when we encounter obstacles or criticism. Instead of seeing these moments as reasons to give up, we see them as opportunities to learn, adapt, and keep moving forward. This resilience fuels continued progress, helping us to approach future challenges with greater confidence and self-assurance. Ultimately, choosing to embrace progress over perfection is a liberating mindset that brings freedom from the constraints of unrealistic standards. It encourages a view of life as a continuous journey of growth where each experience, each attempt, and each setback is valuable. It reminds us that our worth is not dependent on being flawless or meeting someone else's idea of perfection, but rather on our willingness to learn, grow, and keep moving forward. Progress-based thinking allows us to see ourselves as dynamic, evolving individuals rather than fixed beings who must prove our value by meeting an arbitrary ideal. By focusing on progress, we create a life filled with continual learning, resilience, and genuine self-confidence. This perspective not only helps us feel more capable, but also allows us to enjoy life more fully, appreciating the process and celebrating each small step that brings us closer to our goals. Taking action despite uncertainty is a vital practice for building confidence and achieving personal growth. Often we wait for a sense of complete readiness before beginning something new, thinking we need to eliminate every doubt before taking that first step. However, waiting for perfect certainty can be paralyzing and can prevent us from seizing valuable opportunities. The truth is, some level of uncertainty is always present, and learning to act in spite of it is what allows us to progress. When we embrace the courage to take action even when we're unsure, we break free from self-imposed limits and open ourselves to experiences, growth, and unexpected successes. Uncertainty can feel daunting because our brains are naturally wired to seek predictability. When we step into the unknown, we feel vulnerable, which can trigger fear or self-doubt. This hesitation often causes us to overthink and second-guess, leading to what's commonly known as analysis paralysis. We might research, plan, and prepare endlessly, believing we'll eventually feel ready, but this moment never fully arrives. Taking action, even with lingering doubts, pushes us beyond analysis paralysis and allows us to learn through experience. It reminds us that the knowledge we gain by doing is often far more powerful than anything we can achieve through mere planning or speculation. One way to start taking action in uncertain situations is to shift our perspective on failure. Many people see failure as something to avoid at all costs, equating it with personal inadequacy. However, when we redefine failure as feedback, we free ourselves to experiment and grow. By viewing each attempt as an opportunity to learn, we give ourselves permission to take risks without fearing the outcome. For instance, if someone wants to start their own business, they might worry about potential setbacks or mistakes. However, by viewing each challenge as a learning experience rather than a threat, they can take that first step and adjust as they go along. This mindset helps reduce the fear of failure and creates resilience, as every setback becomes a stepping stone for improvement. Action, even in the face of uncertainty, builds self-trust. When we make decisions and follow through despite our doubts, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. This self-trust is empowering and helps us to build a foundation of inner strength. For example, consider someone who's nervous about public speaking. They might worry about forgetting their points or facing judgment from the audience. However, by committing to the action of delivering the speech, they demonstrate to themselves that they can manage the situation. Each time they step up to speak, they reinforce their ability to handle discomfort, which gradually transforms into self-confidence. Acting despite uncertainty allows us to accumulate small successes and positive experiences, gradually reinforcing a belief in our own resilience and capabilities. Taking action in the face of uncertainty also leads to unexpected growth. Often we don't fully understand our potential until we push ourselves beyond what feels comfortable. When we act despite doubt, we discover new skills, passions, and insights that we might never have encountered otherwise. Let's say someone is considering a career change but is unsure if they'll be successful in a new field. By taking action, whether through networking, volunteering, or taking a course, they might uncover hidden talents or interests they weren't aware of. Acting in this way is often the only way to uncover these hidden parts of ourselves. No amount of waiting or introspection can substitute the insights we gain through experience. Breaking down daunting goals into smaller, manageable steps can also help us act despite uncertainty. Large, complex goals often feel overwhelming because we see them as monumental tasks requiring expertise or flawless execution. By dividing these goals into smaller, actionable steps, we make them feel more achievable. For instance, someone who wants to write a novel might feel intimidated by the thought of producing an entire book. However, if they break it down into writing a page a day or drafting an outline, the task feels less overwhelming, making it easier to begin. These smaller steps allow us to make progress without feeling that we need to have everything figured out from the start. Each small action builds momentum and encourages us to keep going, ultimately leading us closer to our goal. One of the most valuable aspects of taking action despite uncertainty is the way it builds resilience. When we face the unknown and still choose to move forward, we develop an internal strength that prepares us for future challenges. Over time, we become more comfortable with discomfort and more capable of adapting to new situations. Resilience is a quality that serves us in every area of life, from relationships to careers. For example, an individual who regularly takes on new responsibilities at work, even when they feel slightly out of their depth, will gradually develop the flexibility and confidence needed to navigate a wide range of professional situations. Each challenge they overcome builds their capacity to face the next one, creating a cycle of growth and empowerment. Additionally, taking action without complete certainty helps cultivate a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. This belief encourages them to embrace challenges and learn from failures, which are essential components of personal growth. When we adopt a growth mindset, we're more likely to take action in uncertain situations because we see each attempt as an opportunity to improve. We're not as focused on avoiding mistakes as we are on learning and evolving. Embracing a growth mindset helps us view uncertainty as a natural part of any worthwhile journey, motivating us to take action and trust in our ability to adapt and learn along the way. Finally, taking action despite uncertainty is a profound act of self-compassion. By accepting that we may not have all the answers and still choosing to move forward, we demonstrate kindness to ourselves. We recognize that perfection is unrealistic, and we allow ourselves the freedom to grow at our own pace. This self-compassion relieves some of the pressure that perfectionism can place on us and allows us to appreciate the journey rather than fixate solely on the outcome. It teaches us that we are worthy of pursuing our dreams even if we don't have every detail worked out in advance. Embracing self-compassion in this way not only helps us take action but also enables us to enjoy the process and celebrate each step forward. In conclusion, taking action despite uncertainty is a powerful practice that leads to self-discovery, growth, and lasting confidence. While uncertainty can be intimidating, it's also a natural part of life and personal development. By choosing to act anyway, we free ourselves from the paralysis of doubt, open doors to new experiences, and gain a deeper understanding of our own strengths and resilience. Acting without complete certainty empowers us to navigate life's challenges with courage and adaptability, ultimately building a strong foundation of confidence and self-belief that we can rely on for years to come. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is one of the most impactful steps you can take to cultivate confidence, happiness, and personal growth. The people around us have a profound effect on our thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. They can either uplift us, encouraging us to pursue our goals and live authentically, or they can bring us down, reinforcing doubts and fears that may already be holding us back. By consciously choosing to be around positive, supportive individuals, we create an environment that fosters resilience, self-worth, and the courage to take risks. This idea isn't just based on anecdotal experience. Psychological research has shown that the attitudes and behaviors of those around us influence how we view ourselves and approach life. Positive influences are often people who genuinely want to see you succeed and who encourage you to pursue what makes you happy. They support you not only when things are going well, but also when challenges arise. Such people are not necessarily always cheerful or overly optimistic, but are constructive and helpful in their approach to problems. They believe in your potential and remind you of your strengths even when you doubt yourself. Being around these people helps you build confidence because they reinforce the belief that you are capable and deserving of success. Their encouragement allows you to focus on your strengths and work on your weaknesses without feeling judged or inadequate. Moreover, surrounding yourself with positive influences can also improve your emotional resilience. Life is full of unexpected challenges, and having a supportive group of people around you can make a significant difference in how you handle them. Positive people often bring a sense of perspective, reminding you that setbacks are temporary and manageable. They may share their own experiences and strategies for overcoming adversity, providing insights that help you navigate tough times. This support not only helps you bounce back from challenges, but also strengthens your confidence in your ability to handle difficult situations. When you know you have people who believe in you and who have your back, it's easier to face life's uncertainties with courage and optimism. Choosing to be around positive influences can also inspire you to develop a growth mindset, which is essential for personal development and confidence. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and learning from mistakes. Positive influences tend to encourage this way of thinking, as they view challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than reasons to give up. When you surround yourself with people who are passionate about learning, improving, and taking on new challenges, you're more likely to adopt these attitudes yourself. Their enthusiasm for growth rubs off, motivating you to step out of your comfort zone and embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. This shift in mindset is incredibly empowering, as it allows you to see yourself as a work in progress with the potential for continuous growth. Additionally, positive influences can provide valuable feedback and constructive criticism that help you grow. Unlike negative influences, who may criticize out of jealousy or insecurity, supportive people offer feedback because they genuinely want to see you improve. They provide guidance that is rooted in empathy and understanding, helping you see areas for improvement without diminishing your self-worth. This type of feedback is essential for personal growth because it allows you to work on your weaknesses in a safe and supportive environment. Knowing that feedback is coming from a place of care rather than judgment makes it easier to accept and act on, allowing you to develop your skills and confidence without feeling defensive or inadequate. Being around positive influences can also impact your behavior and habits. Research has shown that the behaviors of those around us can significantly influence our own. For instance, if you surround yourself with people who have healthy habits such as exercising regularly, eating well, or practicing mindfulness, you are more likely to adopt these habits as well. Positive influences can introduce you to new ways of thinking and behaving that benefit your well-being and help you reach your goals. Over time, these healthy habits become part of your routine, contributing to a greater sense of self-worth and confidence. As you see yourself making progress and achieving goals, your self-confidence naturally grows, reinforced by the constructive habits you've adopted from those around you. Positive influences not only support your growth but also help you cultivate a healthy self-image. When you're surrounded by people who appreciate and value you for who you are, it becomes easier to view yourself in a positive light. They remind you of your strengths, celebrate your achievements, and encourage you to embrace your uniqueness. This validation can be incredibly affirming, especially if you struggle with self-doubt or insecurities. Over time, the consistent reinforcement of your value by positive influences helps you internalize these affirmations, making it easier for you to see yourself as capable and worthy. This shift in self-perception is fundamental to building confidence, as it allows you to trust yourself and your abilities without needing constant external validation. Moreover, positive influences model healthy ways of dealing with negativity and conflict. Life isn't without its share of difficult people or challenging situations, but how we respond to them often depends on the examples we see around us. Positive people tend to handle conflict with grace, focusing on finding solutions rather than escalating the issue. By observing their responses, you learn that it's possible to address conflict without compromising your values or self-worth. This approach can be particularly helpful in maintaining your own confidence, as it shows you that you can navigate difficult situations without being consumed by negativity. It provides a roadmap for handling challenging interactions in a way that protects your well-being and self-respect. Choosing positive influences can also protect you from the damaging effects of toxic relationships. Negative people can be draining and can chip away at your self-confidence through criticism, jealousy, or manipulation. These relationships often create self-doubt, making it difficult to believe in your abilities or pursue your goals. By surrounding yourself with people who lift you up rather than bring you down, you create a positive emotional environment that reinforces your worth and resilience. This environment becomes a safe space where you can be yourself without fear of judgment or criticism, allowing your confidence to grow organically. Over time, this supportive network becomes a source of strength that you can rely on whenever you face difficulties or setbacks. Finally, surrounding yourself with positive influences reminds you of the importance of kindness, empathy, and gratitude. These individuals often lead by example, demonstrating compassion for others and a genuine appreciation for life's small moments. This outlook is contagious. When you're around people who are kind and grateful, you're more likely to adopt these qualities yourself. Practicing kindness and gratitude has been shown to improve mental well-being and increase self-confidence. When you focus on the positive aspects of your life and the good in others, it reinforces a sense of fulfillment and contentment. This perspective helps you feel grounded and secure, building a solid foundation of confidence that isn't easily shaken by life's ups and downs. In conclusion, surrounding yourself with positive influences is a powerful way to foster confidence and personal growth. By choosing to be around people who uplift, support, and encourage you, you create an environment that nurtures resilience, a growth mindset, and a positive self-image. These individuals remind you of your strengths, offer constructive feedback, and model healthy behaviors, all of which contribute to a more confident and fulfilling life. Over time, the positive influence of these relationships shapes you into a stronger, more self-assured person, capable of facing challenges with grace and pursuing your dreams with unwavering confidence.